Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. It is the ACAR Wrestling with Nerds Xfinity series. Joining me up in the broadcast booth, welcome back. It's Mike Campiccio.
AJ, glad to be back with you guys. Everybody at home, glad to be back as well. I want to thank Brandon for stepping in for me last week. It was a little bit of a stressful week at work last week, so I had to take a Wednesday off, but got to watch the broadcast a little bit last week. Seemed like you guys had a pretty good race at Phoenix, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to get tonight here in Las Vegas there, AJ.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what these guys have for Las Vegas. It was a very fun race in real life here at Vegas over the weekend. Josh Berry coming away with his first Cup win in that number 21 Ford for the Wood Brothers. Who's going to go to victory lane here tonight? Well, qualifying just a couple minutes away from finishing, and then it's 115 laps to the finish. Mike, when you talk about this beautiful mile and a half, big hit for the 0-2 coming out of turn 4 to end his qualifying run. When you talk about Las Vegas Motor Speedway, what are you expecting as a driver, crew chief, crew, for a race here?
Well, AJ, I'm expecting two things. One, fast speeds, fast times. And with these Xfinity cars, you can kind of go a little bit full throttle early in the run, but after a while, you're going to want to start letting off the gas a little bit. Not use too much brake, but play with that throttle to save some tire. But yeah, Vegas is all about fast speeds, fast action. So that's what I'm anticipating tonight, and probably a pretty good sized green flag run too, because normally Vegas gets one of those.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see for that. Gonna run over some points real fast. 5 races in, coming into Las Vegas. Daniel Krim at 50 points. Charles Robertson at 46. Josh Vidal at 45. Mark Morton 42. Todd Ingersoll at 27. Twisted at 26. Paul Crayley at 22, Dylan Butler 21, Josh Yandow at 18, and Dalton Fredericks also at 18. That is your top 10. Remember, you need to finish in the top 15 to receive points. This is going to be fun. I'm excited for this. This is one of my favorite cookie cutter ovals. But Mike, there are some really nasty bumps through 1 and 2 that these drivers are really going to have to do a lot of work to miss.
Oh yeah, AJ, especially with the new update too. It seems like those bumps have gotten a little bit bigger, and you really feel those bumps when you're driving around here at Las Vegas. So yeah, those boys are going to have to keep an eye out for that, and those bumps can unsettle a car pretty easily around here.
And there it is, checkered for the qualifying of race number 5 here at Las Vegas. We're going to run down the starting lineup. Here we go. Daniel Krim on pole. Outside pole is Dalton Fredericks, Charles Robertson, and Josh Vidal in row 2. Calvin Balmer and Josh Yandow in row 3. Jake Ziedow and Todd Ingersoll in row 4. In row 5, rounding out the top 10, it's Nate Orlowski and Jeff Weimer. Mike, take us as far as you can.
All right, in 11th place, we got Billy Rickett. 12th place, Matt Clifton. In 13th, we have Mark Love. 14th, John Stroop. In 15th, we have... Who's that? Is that Preston Alexander? 16th, Lance Williams. 17th is Noah Johnson. 18th is Alan Michael Bennett. And 19th is Jeremy... Is that Ozark? Ozak? I want to say Ozak, thank you very much. Rounding out the top 20 is Jaden Baptiste.
All right, we are getting ready to go. Mike, what are some keys to a good finish and, if possible, the win?
Well, AJ, you're gonna want to take care of your car, keep it clean, keep it out front in clean air. You get back in dirty air, it's gonna play all sorts of factors. Keep the tires under these things too, because it seems like since the new update, Vegas is wearing out your tires pretty quickly. So these boys are gonna have to take care of those tires and come down and get 4 tires every pit stop that you can get.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of people early on in practice attempt getting onto pit road. A lot of them running through the grass, and hopefully they can get that figured out. I up in the broadcast booth, it doesn't look like a difficult pit road to get onto, but watching everybody attempt it, it definitely looked like there was a little bit of a challenge. There's also a little bit of a curve to this pit road as everybody's getting to their cars, and there they go. Grim, wake up. There you go.
Must have been saving some fuel and not having the car started right away. Anything you can do to get to advantage, AJ. That's what you got to do now in the days of racing.
Well, we have one parade lap before we send the cars flying down into turn 1 at speed. A lot of pretty cars. The normal 47 of Daniel Krim, Dalton Fredericks with a Sim Coaches number 20, Josh Vidal with the JVM Graphics number 26. Mike, I gotta throw your attention to the 18 car. We're at Las Vegas. What else is in Las Vegas?
Well, AJ, in just about a month away from now, WrestleMania is coming to Las Vegas, which should be an absolute spectacular show out there.
Are you Team John Cena or are you Team Cody Rhodes?
Well, I always wanted to see Cena as a heel, so I'm kind of enjoying the heel run. But Cody's more over than anybody I think we've seen in a long time.
I think it's going to be a very fun rivalry. I'm excited to see if Cena ends up with the title at the end of it. But we'll talk more about that through the race. Our biggest sponsor, the Wrestling with Nerds podcast, Pace Car is off and away we go. Green flag is in the air and already scattering in the back.
Looks like they got that sorted out there, AJ, in the back. Maybe it's somebody trying to time the restart.
Dalton Fredericks with a really good run for the first time through 1 and 2 at speed. Cars in the wall. Everybody gets away. Vidal a little squirrely entering turn 3. Crip really squirrely entering turn 4.
Oh, we got multiple cars sideways. Oh, here we go, AJ. It's the big one. Off at 4. It's the big one.
That started up to the front, it looked like.
Oh. My goodness, that was... Yeah, turn 4 is going to be a trouble spot tonight. Oh, my goodness.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. You see the 9 car.
I was going to say, it looked like everybody was on ice out of turn 4 right there.
Oh, we are looking at the 9 car.
Oh, he already has damage, too, to the back end of that thing.
He gets... Oh, actually, I think he gets loose, and then the 28 just clips him and finishes him off.
Oh, my goodness. Look how many cars that was in just a short amount of period. There was like 5, 6, 7 of them all in a pile. But I want to see what happened with Krim, too, when we roll this replay back again.
Take a look. I think he just gets loose. He's going to have Dalton who's outside. Then they go into turn 3. Remember, cold tires, and yeah, he just gets loose. And
I'd say there's
going to be no contact there up front. All the contact comes in around there.
I think the apron kind of saved Krim from going fully around too. But it was like everybody was on ice. That's a good point on these cold tires. The cold tires, especially
On
here
board
at
with the
Vegas.
19 of Lance Williams.
Oh,
I bet you he thought he was clear. Oh, that car is broketed.
oh yeah. Well, at least he didn't have far to go to his pit stall.
Yeah, it's a unsafe pit entrance, so it's gonna hold him for a little bit, but wow, already those cars were squirrely through 3 and 4, and for a second I thought they were gonna make it, but not today. It looked like. Wow, what a bunch of hits. We're under our first caution of the night. Closing out lap 3 here. Looks like we've had several takers. Calvin Ballmer, Jaden Baptiste, Jeremy Orzak, Noah Johnson, obviously Lance Williams, John Strope, and Colton Jordan all on pit road, at least to fix or take service as well. Wow.
Didn't expect the big one on lap 1. That's for sure. That was pretty crazy right there.
It makes me wonder if people kind of read the patch notes or did enough of practice laps to see what these tires are going to do, because a lot of cars right there just looked loose, causing that issue. Up front, I'm not worried about up front. They handled it nicely, but wow, everybody back there, because the 9 gets loose and just sends everybody up in smoke behind them.
Well, we get to re-rack them, AJ, and let's try it again. Let's see what these guys can do again here.
We are about to run it again. Up front, it's the 20 of Dalton Fredericks, the 26 of Josh Vidal, the 18 of Charles Robertson, and Joshua Yandow, P4. iRacing official Ford Mustang pace car, about to dive down pit road. There it goes, waiting to get to the Geico restart zone. Look at all the penalty cars on that inside. And green flag is back in the air. Great launch by the 20. An even better launch by the 18 as he's looking to take second place away from Josh Vidal.
See if these boys are going to learn and maybe tiptoe 3 and 4 a little bit. Oh, we got trouble. The 28. Oh, he's coming back up. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Who was the 28?
Well, that was Jeremy.
Ozark.
Yeah, he was flipping like a Bronco right there. My goodness.
Holy cow. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he's already loose. He's already loose.
And, yep, he just lost it. I thought he was going to save it, but where I saw it right here, I'm like, yep. Oh.
That's an overcorrection. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And that 19, I know there's going to be damage on the 13, but that 19 100% saves Josh Yandow's car. Still on board with the 28. Oh, just watch this. He just wants to stay in it full throttle.
Look at him fighting that wheel, though. And right here, it's like, uh-oh. Oh, man.
Now we're gonna stay in this in-car. We gotta look for that 19 of Lance Williams. Involved in the incident coming out of turn 4, lap 1. Just trying to get going. Sees it happening. He takes a bullet.
Man.
And there goes the 13.
He's got to be sitting there like, well, what do I have to do to get a corner in this thing?
And one last time, let's jump to the 13 of Jake Zito. Gonna have damage, 100%, but this could have been a heck of a lot worse for him. He's gonna hit the wall a couple times, right up into the wall.
Oh.
That could have been so much worse.
Yeah, I was going to say, he kept it off the inside wall, which was good. boy. Where's TJ when we need him? That's been chaos.
Yeah, have we had any manual disconnects? Since
Yes,
all
sir. Yes, we have. We've had about 3 since the first couple accidents.
Lance Williams. Who else we got?
Billy Rickett and Nadim. I'm not even gonna try to
Sabah.
say that last name. Sabah. Yeah.
At least I would think so. And we have a car in the wall. What the heck happened here?
Oh, I think he's trying to. Yeah, I think he's trying to manually F for it.
Oh, did Colton Jordan also manually disconnect?
Yep, and now Noah Johnson's he just left too.
Yeah, oh well. They got their 8 minutes of fame.
Just like that kid at Raw on Monday. He got his fame for 8 seconds.
Oh my god, poor kid. I'm gonna see John Cena. John Cena says, I don't love you anymore.
Dude, I've seen so many memes. I've seen so many memes with that kid. It's hilarious. But then also, like in all seriousness, like, has anybody checked on that kid?
It was so gold.
WWE released something today on their TikTok with the kid, and they're like 10 seconds before John Cena ripped his heart out, and the kid's like, I love you, Cena. And it's like, oh.
And the reason why we're talking about wrestling, it is the ACAR Xfinity series presented by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. New episodes every Sunday. Mike is going to be on a couple episodes within the next couple weeks to get our entrance theme brackets taken care of. Very difficult to go through everybody else's brackets, to be honest with you, and pick the best one.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good choices that we got.
Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Round 3. Green flag back in the air. Great restart from the 20 at Dalton Fredericks. The battle there is for second. Robertson in the 18, the 26 of Vidal. Daniel Krim trying to make his way back up towards the front. Hitting the elevator move from top to bottom through 1 and 2 underneath the 26 of Josh Vidal. Ooh, we have very squirrely cars back in the pack here. Looking at the 25 Chevy Camaro of Jaden Baptiste.
And we have made it a lap. There we go. Heck yeah. Good job.
But
I was gonna say these boys needed a couple reminders there, like that third time the charm. Like, let's get the temperatures on the tires right there.
I feel like it, in a way, happens. Always happens. We get rid of the people that aren't really as serious to actually run a full race, and then poof, once they're gone, we end up having a phenomenal race.
Exactly.
Looks like Ozark crashed. Oh, he's got a messed up left front wheel. Trying to figure out what. Oh! He is just stopped on the racetrack.
Oh, and the yellow flag is out, AJ.
I wonder if it's because of that. The only other thing I can think of is the 25.
Oh, man. Yeah, I could see that. That's debris. That's a caution.
Was it iRacing called? Did somebody call it?
Looks like iRacing called it.
Wow. I mean, not for nothing. Your car blew up. Why are you still sitting there?
Yep, he could all F4 that right there.
Like, you get a fast repair. You could jump the pit road and only pay for the tow at that point. I don't understand. If the car go boom, why are you just gonna sit on the racetrack? It's the same thing we had with Orzak, which I think he might have manually disconnected as well.
Well, AJ, as a wise person once told me, it's all about their iRacing or racing IQ.
As Daniel Krim almost wipes out the 20 trying to fake go in the pit road. Holy cow, twisted on pit road.
That would have been an awkward conversation to have later after that, if that would have happened.
Yeah, I would have to be in that room just for the fact of team admin, and I might have to turn everybody down so they're not yelling at the same time. Well, third caution of the evening, lap number 3. We're going to 1:15. You guys are watching the All-Star 15 TV broadcast of the ACAR Xfinity Series, presented by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. We'll be right back.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Goldberg goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
We're back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. This has been a chaotic first 14 laps. Let's see if it continues, or are we going to get some green flag runs? I think we're going to get some green flag runs. 18. Taking everybody to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Down towards turn number 1. No contest for P1. The battle is for P2. Krim, Fredericks, side by side, coming off of turn number 2. Advantage to the 20.
That's a good restart right there by Robertson in that 18.
No, he watched Dalton the first couple times, and it very much showed. Now, this is a very multi-groove racetrack, but where are you going to want to run as these tires start to get chewed?
I would say to start running the middle line or the top line toward the wall. That's kind of where I would want to run. I've had a lot of good times running the middle to top last week myself when I was practicing for the race I was going to do. But yeah, middle to top is probably going to be the two areas you want to see. Down low early on, it'll be fast, but it'll be loose. But that's going to chew up your tires a lot.
As they're side by side for P2 again. Fredericks to the outside, the inside to Daniel Krim. As Krim is putting up a little bit more of a fight this time, trying to get the 20 to maneuver off of that lane.
Oh,
as the 38 is in the wall.
Oh,
coming off the wall. Todd Ingersoll.
Keep it up there. There you go.
We are missing Aaron.
Somebody keeps blinking in and out right there. Yeah, I was gonna say Aaron Gasol's not here this week either. That's right. That's a good call.
And there it is. There is the flip that we were looking for. The 47 to the outside of the 20 last time by. Daniel Krim with the fastest lap of the race, a 30.74. Two-car battle right behind him. Calvin Ballmer and Josh Vidal side by side. It's a pretty sweet-looking 88. Don't know if they'll end up watching this later on, or even if they know this is being broadcasted.
Kind of looks like a car Connor Zilic would drive.
Yes, 100%. If granted, it doesn't have Red Bull on it, but how about Red Bull coming back to NASCAR that isn't Shane Van Gisbergen?
It's been good so far. I mean, Van Gisbergen had a rough time at Las Vegas with those colors. And Zilic had a rough time at Coda, but it's been nice to see Red Bull back on the sport.
There was so much potential for Zilic. I just think he was trying to gain too much at one time.
Oh, it doesn't help that he ran into Daniel Suarez.
That too. Look how loose the 8 is. Let's jump on board to see if that goes into turn number 1 here, as he's off the throttle well before entering the turn.
Oh yeah, look at him fight that wheel. Look at those hands moving right there.
How about that new tire model? How much is that affecting what's going on with these cars?
Oh, I think it's affecting it a lot. Just because iRacing updated these tire models to make it a little bit more realistic to what the real life drivers would feel. But yeah, very, very tough around here on these new tires.
Yeah, gotta throw this out there because I know he's streaming on his end. But that number 13 with JVM graphics on the hood, Jake Zito is a road racing specialist. Very fast on the roadside, doesn't matter what vehicle it is. But giving his hand a try at oval racing, so far, qualified well, lost about 4 spots, and I think tonight is all about survival and trying to run all the laps.
Yeah, good to see him running some ovals now. He's really good on the road courses, and a road as a whole, which is good to see. But yeah, good to see him out here on the oval side, giving it a whirl. Him and Riot Franklin, those two guys, giving oval a shot. I know he's not here. I was just talking in general.
Oh, I thought it was like, wait, did I miss something? Did I miss somebody?
No, I was just talking in general. It was good to see both those guys trying to get a little bit more oval time over here. But you guys are going to have a big weekend coming up here this weekend on the roadside, speaking of road.
So are you guys as well with Warrior Enterprises, but for anybody wanting to tune into any 12 hours of Sebring right here on the sim, we are broadcasting the HSR Phantom Racing attempt. We'll try to get all 4 cars some airtime at certain times. But we'll have to wait and see how that's going to work if people can help me out with some of those streams to do it. Holy cow, Mike. There's a lot of preparation going into this weekend, and it's all going to culminate with the 12-hour.
Yeah, and if it's anything like the real-life race, it should be a pretty good, entertaining race. I know the boys at Warrior Enterprises are getting ready to go. They got a good-looking cars for our entries. I know Mike Robinson, Gary Wells, Connor Coleman, and the entire road team has been kicking ass in practice here lately to get ramped up for it. I unfortunately had to pull out of crew chiefing this time around because I have a funeral I have to go to on Saturday, and I got some other stuff I have to do as well. So, but I'll be cheering them on and helping them run the social media accounts during the Saturday when I'm available.
Look at how many different lines these drivers are running. The 18 through 3 and 4 all the way to the wall, the 47 all the way down to the middle, the 20 about middle high. It's amazing to watch. Now, this is a 4-car breakaway being led by Charles Robertson, Daniel Krim, the 88 of Kevin Ballmer, and Dalton Fredericks, 1 through 4 under a half a second, and they are just pulling away from P5 Josh Vidal.
Yeah, the top 4 right now look like they're very equally matched, which means we're going to be set up for a pretty good second half of this race.
And we are going to have pit stops within the next 15 to 20 laps, so just be on the lookout for that when they're going to hit pit road. For the most part, everybody's going to need the pit. You're going to have Twisted that might be able to stay out later, and that's about it. Jake pit on lap 6. So they're going to be able to stay out just a tad bit longer. But I would expect everybody to come in together.
I was going to say, realistically, we're working at, what, 2 to 3 stops this race? Maybe. I mean, some people will try to do it in 2.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. Bad as... Oh, big hit in the wall.
Yeah, I think that was Ingersoll
coming out of 2. Holy snikes.
He was lucky he didn't collect Orlowski in that either.
Watch this. Coming out of the turn. Not this lap, apparently. Sorry, everybody. Well, that was a big hit. And Todd Ingersoll is going backwards after that smack. As we have a pass for P2. Balmer getting by Krim.
That 88 is on the money right now.
Yeah, but we talked about tires. You can drive very aggressive to get to where you want to. But if you don't protect those tires, you're going to start going backwards really fast. Can the 88 hold on to it? And they are still pulling away from P5 Josh Vidal. Last time for these leaders, Charles Robertson with a 31.86. Then you go back to Josh Vidal, a 32.13. So about 4/10 separating our race leader to 5th place Josh Vidal. Oh, there's the 18s just taps the wall coming out of 4.
Give it a kiss. That's what it did. Give it a little bit of a kiss.
It's like Happy Gilmore, just tap it in.
Speaking of Happy Gilmore, did you see the trailer that came out for that
I
movie?
did. I am very excited for it.
It's going to be a good one.
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm not a huge fan of sequels. I'm getting kind of tired of them now. Because everything's a sequel or in the same universe. I'm really craving some original content.
Yeah. We got a battle for the lead here. This is heating up.
Now, if I'm the 18, I just let him go. You know, go burn off your tires. I'll see you in 5 or 6 laps.
That is a smart plan, but I don't think that's in Charles' DNA right now.
No, he's sticking to that outside, rim riding through 3 and 4. Great job for the 88 to make that inside work. Needs to make the pass before they get to turn exit. Through 1 and 2, still side by side. And the funny thing is, Mike, Dalton and Krim aren't catching them as they're still battling side by side.
No, you would think that they'd have a little bit of a draft with these two guys sitting side by side, but no, they're not able to catch them either.
And crossing the line, Balmer is going to lead that lap.
This is entertaining right here. This is a good battle right here.
Very clean, very fun as the 18 gets really close to the 88's back bumper off of
Little
2.
bump draft. Give him the bump draft right there down the back straightaway. A little bump.
And that's the first time the 18 has taken off the high side in the last 10 to 15 laps. Just staying in the 88's wake. Got 2 very close battles up front, the 88 and the 18, the 20 and the 47. Josh Vidal with about 3.5 tenths lead over Nate Orlowski. And then you have Josh Yandow in 8th. It's Todd Ingersoll. Jake Zito in 9th. Twisted in 10th. Jeff Wemmer in 11th. And Preston Alexander in 12th. As, like I said, the 8 and the 77 battling right here. That is for P10, and the 77 does get by.
Oh, Orlowski hit the wall off a 2. Kept it going. Just grazed it a little bit.
Enough to let Josh Yandow get by. Just enough to let Josh Yandow get by. Gets back in the gas, and no harm, no foul.
That's the good thing about these composite bodies on the Xfinity cars. You can give this thing a good old beating on the right hand side, and that thing will pop out, no problem.
It's a way for these teams to save money. I think it's done so because some of these teams have 4 or 5 drivers.
Look at that, AJ.
That
And a subscriber.
absolutely scared me hearing that. Holy cow.
Just wait until you hear that at WrestleMania 41.
Holy cow, can you imagine? Preston Alexander hitting pit road. And out they go. That might start it. Ballmer just about a half a second lead over Robertson. Daniel Krim coming to pit road. Here we go. Looks like they can go about 40-ish laps with a couple cautions. So probably right around that 36 lap mark.
Which means it's going to be a 2-stop race unless you can save some fuel. Most of these guys probably going to have to do 3.
You might even be faster if you do 3. Then you don't have to save.
But you know what? We're out in Las Vegas, and we love to gamble. Just saying. Somebody's going to be a gambler, man.
There goes the 18. Robertson on pit road. Ballmer, Fredericks, Vidal, Yandow, and Orlowski as pit stops have started.
I don't think you and I have won as much as Denny Hamlin has won on the slot machine out here this week. That was the real subplot, I'm just saying.
And there goes Dalton Fredericks coming to pit road from P2. Boy, did he get squirrely. Ballmer staying out. Working on lap 43 through 1 and 2. He's got to hit pit road. From where you start the run, you're at just about 30.8 seconds to where he's running now 32.10.
It's a big drop-off.
It's a very big drop-off, and the 88's going to stay out for another lap. Mike, what kind of strategy do you think we could be seeing here? Is there a possibility that 88, which I don't think, I really don't think he's able to save like 15 laps on fuel, that he can get to halfway? Because staying out this long can be very detrimental to your lap times and where you're going to cycle out to.
I think he's just trying to get as far as he can to possibly make this a 2-stop race, is what my thinking is.
The issue is everybody's catching him, as Vidal and Yandow and Orlowski is leaving pit road now.
Yeah, everybody is catching him, and he's probably going to be on a detriment once he comes off pit road, but, I mean, if he can hold it off as long as he can to make it a 2-stop, he might be in the catbird seat later on. We'll have to see how everything plays out, of course. But you know, AJ, once you're committed to a strategy, you kind of have to just stay committed to it at this point.
It's like they're waiting for a caution. It's the only way that this works. Ballmer, Zidao, and Twisted will all make out like bandits if a caution were to come out now.
Yeah. And here we go, coming to pit road.
Here comes the 88, about 5 laps separating from everybody else. But those lap times are disgustingly different. Last time by Robertson with a 30.72 to Ballmer's 32.42. Azito's going to stay out.
I was going to say, yeah, we'll have to see how long he's going to stay out and how long Bennett's going to stay out.
Mark Love
he ran out of
really
fuel?
slow on the inside. There's Zito. Let's see if we're going to have Twisted hit pit road. It doesn't look like it. Twisted's going to lead that lap. But Daniel Krim and Dalton Fredericks side by side. That will end up being for the race lead.
And this track's going to go through a little bit of a change here. The third run, I should say, now after pit stops. I mean, we're completely covered in shade.
That track temp is going to significantly drop off. And just as a reference point, Dalton Fredericks to Kevin Ballmer, 5 seconds. He lost 5 seconds by staying out 5 extra laps.
A second per lap. Easy math.
Yeah, because I don't like hard math, you know. Throw a couple letters in there, I just Google it. Oh, there goes the 18. He sends it into turn number 1. Gets by the 47. Holy cow, it's the 20, 18, and 47. 1, 2, 3. Well, will be 1, 2, 3. As Twisted hits pit road. Oh, it's Crimson the wall out of 4. Just a light tap. Stays in the fight, stays in the gas, and will stay with the race leaders.
This is a great battle right here.
What's going on, fan? Glad to have you here. Who are your XRS buddies? Just out of curiosity.
Shout out to subscribing.
Yes. Very big shout out. There's Dalton Fredericks in the 20, the 18 of Charles Robertson, and Daniel Krim just about a second back from both of them, as all three are running completely different lines.
Yeah, it seems like Krim fell off a little bit here over the last couple laps.
I think it has a lot to do when he tagged the wall. It screwed up the momentum, allowed everybody to just pull away enough to where the draft isn't helping him. Let's jump on board with that 47 to see how he's trying to make it back up towards him. I think that's the whole reason why he aims it to the inside.
Trying to get as much as clean air as possible to help him turn the car.
He's back to 7/10 to Robertson.
Yeah, he's coming back to him. He got his confidence back, and he's like, all right, I'm digging deep here. Let's do this.
So the XRS buddies are Krim, Vidal, and Fredericks. I know those guys. I co-own a Forza League with those guys. I co-own a Forza League those guys used to run in. Oh, nice. Nice to see people support other people.
Of course it is. I won't throw in the spelling.
Don't worry about it because I stink at spelling too. There's times where my computer won't let me sign in at work and I'm trying to figure out why, and I realize I spelled my name wrong.
You ever used to play the game when grade school was like Sparkle or whatever?
No, never heard of it.
It was a big game back in the day. You'd have we'd have our spelling for the week, and we would have to play we'd play games, and everybody would have to say the teacher would tell you the name of the word, and then they go down the line. Somebody had to say like A, T, C, and then say the name, and then the next person would get eliminated. It was fun.
No, I hated spelling tests. The way I had to learn how to spell is my father used to take a karaoke machine that we had, throw a blank VHS in it. He would say the word, spell the word, use it in a sentence, and then say the word again. And he would do that every single week from like 1st grade to 4th grade. And I still stink at spelling, but I got good grades back then because of it.
I was gonna say that sounds like preparing yourself for like Webster's Dictionary, like spelling bee. Like, no, thank you.
Well, that's the thing. I'm also dyslexic. We know this, Mike. I needed that extra stuff.
I wasn't gonna say that to the viewers.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just saying.
It's fine. I have no shame in my father actually helping me do better in school.
I mean,
at
least
the 18's hard on the wall out of 2.
He is hard on the wall. At least you didn't have all your teachers throughout school couldn't say my last name correctly, and I'd have to sit there and correct them every single time.
No, I always kept hearing Coppola, like the director. Yes. Are you related? Not every Italian is related.
Oh, that's funny.
Still a really close battle up front, but here's the thing, Mike. Fredericks and Robertson under a blanket. Krim, after smacking the wall, has tried to stay up towards Robertson and Fredericks, falling back to the point where Balmer is starting to catch up. We are going to have 2 separate battles. 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but let's run down the rest of the field. Josh Vidal in 5th. He's got Twisted, who currently is 1 lap down, trying to make some headway back up towards the front. In 6th, Nate Orlowski's +3, having a very quiet but good race. In 7th, it's the 38 +1 position of Todd Ingersoll. We've had a lot of issues where drivers are smacking the wall and trying to continue on in the fight. He's done it multiple times. He's still +1 position. Does look like there's a little bit of right side damage on that 38, though. Hoping to get that buffed out next time they come to pit road.
And we got a battle for 3rd.
Jeff Wimmer in 8th, +2 spots. Another driver with a quiet day, but doing a pretty good job up front. And you have Josh Yanda, who's -3 in 9th. Just looking to survive at this point. Caught up in a couple incidents. Did use the fast repair and is trying to get some positions back. And Jake Zito, welcome to Oval Racing, Jake. I know you're probably bored continuously turning left. We've had this conversation many times, but the track time and the seat time, it's very valuable no matter what position you're running in. But you said a battle for 3rd.
It was.
It's about to be a battle for 2nd.
Balmer is catching these boys like they're sitting still, and that's where this 5-lap difference of tires comes in the handle right here.
It is, but look how long it took him to do it. 15 laps. Are we going to have 15 laps at the end of the race to allow him to catch back up?
That is a good question. We are going to find out, as he is all over the bumper of Robertson for 2nd.
Trying to play a little mind games with the 18. 18 goes high, 88 to the inside. History has shown that outside lane gets a really nice run out of 2. But the 88 of Balmer not giving up.
And he gets it.
Oh, it's the 18's in the wall. No contact. Just a little bit of a squeeze as the 88 grabs 2nd and sets sight on Dalton Fredericks in the 1st spot. Mike, it's been very eventful for these top four. It's got to be fun for not just the people watching at home, not just us. I wonder how much fun that these drivers are having up here.
Oh, they're probably having a blast up here. This has been a lot of fun here since we've had this long green flag run. I mean, you guys, we're running all over this racetrack, which is what Vegas is known for. You can run from the wall all the way to the white line. It's great stuff. And speaking of great stuff, well, AJ, we're going to do this all over again next week. We're going to be going to Homestead.
Oh, Homestead's going to be a very, very fun race. Another multi-grooved racetrack, which I think starts at the bottom and moves all the way up towards the top. Unlike here, where you can run wherever, as there's the battle for the lead.
We're going to be ripping the boards, as they say, next week.
Speaking of boards, how's your hockey team doing?
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
It's okay. I don't want to talk about the Rangers either.
Rough years for both of our teams.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been. As there's the pass for the lead. Kevin Balmer passes Dalton Fredericks coming out of turn 4 on lap 67. And now let's see if the 88 can pull away like he did on the first run. And if it's anything like our first run, you're going to see Dalton, Robertson, Krim, and the crew hit pit road in about 15 to 20 laps. That 88 might actually have the winning strategy here, as I'm thinking about it. Hits pit road at about 85, takes you 15 laps to get towards the lead. You should get back to the lead with 5 laps to go. Not 5 laps to go, with about 15 laps to go. Sure. But, well, Mike, I think it's a good time to go side by side and pay some bills. We'll be right back, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Goldberg goes from 3rd to 1st in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We're back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe. You're watching the ACAR Xfinity series brought to you by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. And holy crud, Balmer has set sail completely over 2/10 faster than Fredericks, Krim, Robertson, Vidal, everybody. That 88 is moving and moving at a very, very fast clip. Mike, I am completely turned around on whatever strategy call he's going to make. He's got the winning car. Can he pit at the right time to do it?
That's what we're gonna find out, because he's got the winning speed right now.
He's already up 1.2 seconds over Dalton Fredericks, almost 5 seconds over Daniel Krim, and over 5 seconds to Charles Robertson. It's amazing what that 88 has done. Get him a Discord invite, because I would love to talk to him after this race to see how that car felt and how is he able to out-strategize everybody.
We got a big battle here for 7th between Wimmer and Yandel. These two are going at each other right now.
Hopefully it stays clean. Because they are still side by side. Mike, has it been the last couple laps that they've been side by side, or was that just coming out of turn 4?
Just the last couple laps, and here we go. Final pit stops are underway. Krim and Robertson are in.
There they are. Oh, is Yandel in the 77?
Ooh, there was almost contact right there. That would have been the worst thing if there was a contact and a spin for Krim and Robertson.
Oh, the race for the most part would be over. When's Dalton gonna hit pit road? That gap has grown to 1.5 seconds. There's Kevin Balmer. Just so smooth. Fredericks on pit road with 35 laps to go.
Oh, the 77's out of gas. Oh no, is this going to bring a caution out?
Oh, he's right. He's right by pit lane.
Oh, he got lucky.
Here comes Nate Orlowski as well. I don't think a caution would come out. I would hope if somebody runs out of gas that's nowhere near pit road, pulls off to the inside, and then jumps to pit road. I would hope that would be the case. As there's your race leader, almost 20 seconds to Josh Vidal. There's Vidal coming out of turn number 4. And there is Balmer going into turn 3.
We talk about a butt kicking right now?
Yeah, he is stinking up the show, which as a driver, that is exactly what you want to do.
Oh, and the Jeff Weimer manually disconnected after he ran out of gas. Oh, Preston Alexander's in the wall in the front straightaway. Will this bring a caution out?
I don't think so. I think he's gonna cut it towards pit road. Something's broken on that 27. I think his night might be over as well.
Let's go take a look at that and see what actually happened. I don't know if he did it on his own or he had contact with somebody.
Oh, with Krim.
Oh my goodness. That's why I thought somebody made contact. There was contact somewhere.
Oh, he's not helping himself. He's loose and goes right into Krim.
Oh, and how Krim's car did not get turned to the right and shot up into the outside wall is amazing. That's it. That's a hit on your right rear corner panel, AJ, and all of a sudden you're seeing the front stretch wall coming right at you.
And Krim just hit pit road as well. Here's Bulmer. There's Jake Zeta out down the backstretch into turn number 3. Does he cycle out as the race leader for the time being? Let's find out. I think he will. There it is. 13 takes over the race lead.
How long is he going to stay out now?
I think he's pitting soon.
Like right now?
Got the lap led. Gonna hand it over to Dalton Fredericks, and 2.5 seconds back is the 18 of Charles Robertson, and then once again 5 seconds back is Kevin Bulmer.
And now we wait and see and cue the Jaws music at home, folks.
Da-da, da-da. Copyright.
No sharks were hurt during the film of this action.
No, but they were in Tornado or Sharknado.
Brad
Still
Keselowski
feel
was
bad
hurt
for
during
Kurt
that
Angle.
movie. I was gonna say Brad Keselowski was hurt in that filming of that movie.
Everybody was in those movies. All right, Mike, we're looking at just about 25 laps to go. Predictions, do you have any?
The only prediction is I want to see how long it's going to take Ballmer to run the top 2 down. I want to see if he can get it done.
Looking at lap times, they're still pretty close together. Fredericks with a 31.25. Robertson a 31.19, and last time by, it's not even close. Ballmer with a 30.87. Jeesh.
But Ballmer is going to need this race to stay green.
Yes, because everybody comes down pit road, gets on fresh tires. It's a different ballgame.
Yep.
And he can see Charles Robertson right in front of him. Just how smooth that 88 is. And there isn't too much off throttle time in 1 and 2. Not even in 3 and 4, just enough to set the vehicle. And then he's right back in the gas.
That's how you know that car and that driver is locked in right now and feeling good. But
Preston,
you know he is.
Preston,
I was gonna say
no worries,
Go
no
ahead.
worries, dude. Can't wait to see if you come back next week at Homestead. Accidents happen. It's how you adapt to them and continue. Sorry, Preston. We do top 3 podium guys to end the race. But it was a pleasure watching your race tonight. Hopefully we see you back next week at Homestead as we have a battle for P2. And it's not even a contest.
Nope.
It's like he's got an extra NOS can.
He probably feels like he's got a NOS can. Dalton Fredericks has got to be looking in his mirror like, please don't be getting bigger. Please don't be getting bigger.
Charles, couldn't have hold him up just a little bit? I'm not saying block for me. Just hold him up. But those lap times, last time by 3.5 tenths to Ballmer. This time by about 1.5 tenths. Dalton Fredericks going into turn number 3, and there's the 88 going into turn number 3.
I got a lap car in
separated
between.
by much.
Now I got a lap car in between of Ingersoll.
Lap 95, 20 to go, 21 to go. Oh, and there goes Ingersoll.
He got the wall for 2.
Waiting to see how this plays out between Fredericks and Ballmer with Ingersoll in the middle. Does the 38 make it easy?
I would think so. It's not your battle to choose from.
I don't know, but the 88's going to have to really get by before the turn and is able to do so. .3 seconds separating the both of them. Well, 1.1, sorry. There's that math again. With this stage in the race, with under 20 to go, how difficult does Dalton block?
I mean, he's probably going to try to block as best he can, but I mean, the 88 is so much quicker. It's not even funny. I mean, you can do what you can do, but I mean, Dalton may realize, like, if I throw a block, I might just get wrecked.
And then
know what I mean?
And then a top 2 spot ends up with a P11 spot.
Yep. We'll see.
Half a second separating.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, because here we go. It looks like he's trying to take his line away from him right now.
Yeah. And I think that 88 can literally go anywhere and be fast.
Lap car gets out of the way. Good to see.
2
We're
tenths,
down.
less than 2 tenths.
16 to go. This is the battle for the win.
And let's just hope they don't collect each other, because that opens up a brand new ball game for multiple people.
Oh, here we go. He's going to cut underneath him. Side by side. Here we go.
Dalton gets into the wall out of 2, opens the door for the 88 side by side through turn 3 and through turn 4. Can the 20 hold it there? No, he can't.
Oh, he's hanging there. He's trying to hang on that right rear corner just to try to see if he can side draft him a little bit.
Dalton had a really good exit to turn 4. Does it happen again in turn 2? They are still side by side.
Clear.
Wow, what a stressful lap. Now the 88 can set sail.
That was impressive.
That was really impressive. Both of them keeping it clean. Dalton kind of trying to take the air off the 88, try to aero block, try to take the line away, but no match for Ballmer at all. As in just a lap, Ballmer's a half a second in front of Dalton Fredericks. Third place, you have Charles Robertson. Fourth place, Daniel Krim. Josh Vidal in fifth. Nate Orlowski in sixth. And then one lap down to 38 of Todd Ingersoll. Eighth place, it's Jake Zidow. Ninth, Josh Yandow. And rounding out the top 10, it is Twisted. A lot of carnage early on in the race. But since then, it's been nothing but net awesome racing so far after the first couple incidents on the evening.
You trying to throw in a March Madness scenario right there? You said nothing but net.
No. I have Facebook on my monitor as well to make sure the stream is good. And then Kamarl Hayes pops up. But I like March Madness. March Madness works perfectly. And with the couple laps left, why don't you throw in some of your March Madness picks?
Well, I have Duke winning it all as my main pick, and I got a couple upsets going in there for the tournament. I think my final four was Duke, Houston, and I'm trying to think of the other two. I can't think off the top of my head, but I think it's going to be a very competitive tournament. Excuse me. That's for sure. A lot of good teams, a lot of good matchups. I'm going to try to watch some of the games tomorrow when I'm at work. But yeah, Friday I'm taking a half day of work and I'm getting out at like 11:30 in the morning just in time to watch basketball.
What time do games start tomorrow?
11:15 in the morning Central Time, so 12:15 Eastern Time.
Yeah, unfortunately I got UConn getting knocked out in round 2.
Oh, you have Illinois beating
Florida.
Kentucky?
I
You
don't
have
know.
Florida?
Hold on.
Florida beating who?
Give me a sec. I have it on my phone. I have Florida defeating Norfolk State, and then UConn defeating Oklahoma, and they'll meet in the second round.
There you go.
And then
Florida's going to be a good team.
Then I have Florida beating UConn, so I was like, well, there goes that. No back-to-back for them.
Yeah, it seems like UConn's been off this year.
Just a little bit. I have Duke winning in one of mine, and then I have Alabama winning in my other one.
High tide, guys. High tide.
I have no clue. I know nothing about college basketball. I just started watching it because you guys watch it.
I was trying to make the joke from the State Farm commercial about the guy saying high tide instead of roll tide.
Uh-huh. That would be me. As we are under 10 laps to go, Dalton Fredericks over a second back. Third place is 7.5 seconds in the rear. And that's Charles Robertson with, got to show it off one more time, Mike. It's the WrestleMania 41 Vegas paint scheme for Charles Robertson. Beautiful looking scheme made by Ryan Fry. I'm excited for WrestleMania in a week. I know some people are not. But for me, I'm going to very much enjoy both night 1 and after Easter dinner, night 2.
I was going to say it's going to be a lot different for you guys not going this year.
No, it's like normal. Going was the weird one. Looking at 6 laps to go. Just 6 drivers on the lead lap. Just 10 running at the moment. We had 21 start the event, but due to early wrecks, started weeding them off as the race went along.
It was Calamity Corner, that's for sure.
Yeah, in every turn. And on the straightaways.
That's the second time in as many broadcasts you and I have done here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway where we've had somebody flipping.
Yeah, I forgot about the other one. Holy cow. Right in 3 and 4 on the inside.
Yeah, that went into the section of people, which was very good.
Yeah, happy nobody got hurt. No NPCs were hurt in the filming of this broadcast. But 4 to go. Ballmer, all he has to do, I don't even think he's got to push at this moment. He just needs to ride, and sooner or later, he'll be seeing those checkers and winning tonight's race.
He's just trying to get to the white flag as soon as possible to make this thing official. That's what he's doing. He's just like, I need to get to the white. Just give me to the white.
Ryan Fry, real quick in the chat, says if he was going to WrestleMania this year, I would be coming back single and broke.
Oh, Dalton's in the wall in 2.
And I think that's got to do with Dalton just trying whatever he can to, like a Hail Mary. We've seen it when it's kind of out of reach for the 20 before, to just throw it. And hopefully it sticks. And right there, it did not. And now Ballmer 3 seconds ahead of Dalton Fredericks.
Ballmer's going to come here through 3 and 4, and he's going to come on at turn 4. And he's going to... Yeah.
Yeah, we've been green since, what, lap 20? As he sees the white flag brought to you by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Here we go. 4 more turns, and the 88 is going to win round number 5 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And an absolute dominant performance.
Early on, didn't think he had it.
No.
I'll admit. But coming out of turn number 4, Kevin Ballmer is going to win round 5 at Las Vegas for the ACAR Xfinity Series presented by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Dalton Fredericks in 2nd, Charles Robertson in 3rd, Daniel Cribb 4th, Josh Vidal still has a couple turns before we can crown him in that 5th position. But Nate Orlowski right behind him.
Oh, he was trying.
Vidal coming home in 5th. Orlowski in 6th. Ingersoll 7th. Zidau in 8th. Yandow 9th. And Alan Michael Bennett right there in 10th. Let's see. There's the 88 just burning it down. Mike, what did you think of tonight's race?
I thought it was pretty darn awesome, AJ. I mean, we had our little chaos there at the beginning, but once we weeded out the guys, that was a pretty solid race for Las Vegas.
And
good to see.
Yeah, no, could finish. I was thinking ahead. My bad.
No, I was just saying it was good to see it stay green there, and we saw a lot of good racing from the top line all the way to the bottom.
This is all showing to when we finally lock the league that the drivers that do stick around towards the finish, we end up with a great product. Yes. So hopefully somebody gets to Kevin, gets him an invite to the Discord, and for a couple of the other I think everybody else is in the Discord for the most part. But let's see. Let's talk to some of our finishers, starting with number 3, the driver of the WrestleMania, number 18.
Sure, I'll take him. Hey, Charles, it's Mike and AJ in the booth. You got us.
Yeah, I got you.
Man, talk about the race tonight. You led 21 laps. You had the fastest lap of the entire session there tonight. Talk to us about how the race went and explain your strategy there.
The race was alright. I just felt like I really couldn't save tires well. So, I tried short pitting everybody. It didn't work out too good. But the 88, he kind of stayed out a lot longer than everybody and was able to keep his pace to run us down after he pitted. So, it was an alright race. I can't complain. Third place is better than 6th or 7th. So, I'm happy about that.
Did you notice much difference to Las Vegas since the update that iRacing did?
Yeah, I feel like the tire model's a lot different. So I kind of went in there flying blind, kind of. So yeah, it was an alright race though, but definitely it feels a lot different though for sure.
Well, we're going from one multi-groove racetrack to another one next week at Homestead, Miami. Talk to me about how you feeling about going to South Beach.
I don't know. It's another one of them tracks you gotta be careful saving tires and stuff. So we'll see. I've ran good in other leagues there, but it's just one of those deals we just gotta wait and see.
Well, Charles, before we let you get out of here to celebrate that third place finish, is there any sponsors you'd like to plug?
All the sponsors that put the league on, and you guys. It's been fun so far.
Well, you got a really awesome looking WrestleMania paint scheme. Good plug for WrestleMania coming up here in just the month's time. Congratulations on the run. Good run tonight, and we'll catch you next week in Homestead.
Thank you, man.
All right, that was P3 Charles Robertson. Mike, it is time to talk to P2, the driver of the number 20, Dalton Fredericks. Dalton, what a run out there for the 20. You led a lot of laps, but just coming up just a little bit shy. That 88 was just bad fast all night.
Yeah, just didn't lead the correct lap, but yeah, able to lead a lot of laps. We had a really fast car. Really happy with how he did today. 88 was really fast. I think the 3-lap tire advantage he had on us really what knocked it out of the park. Tried saving there at the end and let him come get me while I was leading, and then start pushing the pace as he got to me. But as soon as I tried to push the pace, he was just, see ya. I was just like, really? All right. But no, fun race. I think our crew did pretty good, and hey, we still got a podium.
Yeah, you definitely get a podium. You were very, very fast. How'd the new tire model feel for you out there? And was there a big difference from the last couple weeks to right now?
Yeah, I think you definitely have to take care of your tires a little bit more, be a little more smarter with them, and definitely make sure you choose the right line. Because if you don't choose the right line, I mean, you saw it at the end of the race there. I tried doing something different with going to the top. Well, all the marbles are there, and it just sent me, and that was that. So, yeah, you just got to make sure you get the right line and save your tires and make it to the finish.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us. And before we let you go, plug some beautiful sponsors.
Yeah, I would like to thank you guys at All-Star 15 TV for broadcasting these races. Again, it's fun to watch these after we're done with them. I'd like to thank Nerds Doing Nerd Things, Fry Trucking, McConey Setup Shop, AC Cages, Wrestling with Nerds, BMS, JTC Home Services, Sim Coaches, Hard AF Seltzer, Drinkin Bros Auto Racing Group, JVM Graphics, everyone at the shop, Joe, you, AJ, Jake, Krim on the oval side. Couldn't have been here without all you guys, so thank you guys for everything you do.
All right, pal. Well, thank you for talking with us. Congrats on the race, and we'll see you at Homestead next week.
Yep, gonna be a fun one.
All right, Mike, do you want the last one, or shall I take it?
Yeah, why don't you take it, AJ?
All right. It's going to be our newly joined the ACAR Xfinity Series. It's tonight's winner. The driver of the 88 put a major butt whooping on the rest of the field. It's Kevin Bulmer. Dude, holy cow. I know sneaking up the field, but Jesus, dude, you didn't even give him a chance.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. Dalton and Charles and Daniel, they were all pretty fast there, and I got off sequence with those guys on the it was the first or second caution. I think I came down and topped off, so I was able to run a little bit longer and had the tire advantage on them. But all in all, it was a really good race. I know we had some issues there at the start, but once we got going, it was really fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch. How did the car feel out there? Because it felt like wherever the car needed to go, you were able to put it there and still make a lot of time on so many drivers.
Yeah, the track felt really gripped up like the first 10, 15 laps, and then the rear end kind of started to walk. So I was able to, once I started doing that, I was able to save a little bit more right front and just kept her glued to the bottom and took my time and was able to make my way to the front.
Well, dude, next week we go to Homestead Miami Speedway. Any plans to continue to run, or was this a one-off for you?
I might show up. I was kind of just sitting on here tonight, and I was bored and saw this popped up. Figured I'd give it a try. Seems like it's a pretty good group though. So usually my Wednesday nights are pretty open, so I might be making a couple more appearances this year.
Well, I definitely like to hear that. It's, the broadcasting partner for this wonderful league. But dude, before we let you go and celebrate the victory and possibly get a car ready for Homestead next week, any sponsors that you would like to plug? Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just gotta give a shout out to the admins of this league. They did a really good job of running it tonight, and obviously you guys doing the broadcast. It's always fun to join races that are broadcasted, and gotta give a shout out to my boys over at Fast House, and I guess my two driver coaches, Caden Honeycutt and Vasante Salas. Haven't been able to hang out with them as much. Caden's doing NASCAR trucks this year, so he's been kind of absent, but those two have helped me tremendously on here.
All right, pal. Well, it was definitely good to talk to you. We hope to see you back next week. But have a great rest of the night, and good luck in preparation for Homestead if you make it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, everybody. That is your race winner, the driver of the number 88, Kevin Bulmer. Mike, take us home, pal.
Well, AJ, what a great race to come back to. Good to see Calvin coming in, and good to see that he wants to stick around if he has his Wednesday nights open. It'd be a great addition to the league, I think. But great race. I'm looking forward to going on next week to Homestead for another fantastic multi-groove racetrack. Looking forward to getting down to South Beach a couple days early, getting out of the cold weather up here. That's for sure. But looking forward to it, and AJ will catch you on the other side, as they say.
And for All Star 15 TV, I'm AJ Capola. That's Mike Campigio. Hit that like button, subscribe. Check out all of our beautiful sponsors in the description of the video. And we'll see you in South Beach next week. Trying to get a nice tan before we go live next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.